Thanks for staying tuned. I'm Stanford Howard with the HGP Sportscast. We begin with football. Tigers mauled Northern Rangers for third place, and police apprehend GFC for the Corona Invitational Cup. More in this report. It was the final night of competition for the Corona Invitational Tournament, which was run off Sunday night with Western Tigers versus Northern Rangers for third place. Both teams went out to show their skills for third place position, but Darren Benjamin in the 35th minute for Tigers opened his team's account and left Northern Rangers team groping unsuccessfully to level by the first half. Both teams attacked goal from every angle, and it was in extra time that Jamal Pedro sealed the 2-0 win from Northern Rangers. In the final game between Police and GFC, Police, after arresting Tigers in their semi-final match, came out from first whistle to derail GFC's effort to lift the Corona Cup. Don Jacobs in the 8th minute did so with an easy cross that got away from the goalkeeper. Jacobs then went on to score 2 more goals to complete his hat-trick in the 42nd and 45th minute, leaving GFC at halftime shell-shocked with a 3-0 deficit. When play resumed, GFC made a few attempts at goal, but Police placed their final nail in the coffin in the 48th minute when Kester Dundas struck the 4th and final goal. Reporters caught up with Dwayne Jacobs after the game.
Attitude of the players and the effort from the coach, hard work through our dedication, and here we are. Like in the press conference I told y'all, there's just 2 men. The squad deep, so we get replacement and better replacement.
More football news. Guyana Football Federation National Training Center to become a reality soon. Construction of the FIFA Forward program, which will be known as the National Training Center, is scheduled to commence in September month-end at Providence, East Bank, Demerara.
This comes following the confirmation of the lease of the land earmarked for the facility and approved by FIFA in June 2017. This will be the first and major state-of-the-art football facility which will seek to produce consistent levels of high competitive and exciting football that should be a force to reckon with regionally and on the international scene. The facility will cater for football development among both male and females and will be the focal point for football activity at all levels of the game. Construction of the artificial turf will be done in phases by Greenfields, a manufacturer of artificial turfs, and is scheduled to be completed in January month-end of 2018. The Guyana Football Federation will proceed with construction of this historic project, which will be the first of 9 all-weather facilities to be constructed in each regional member association, and will also serve as a training facility for all teams as necessary. The venue will be equipped with female amenities to encourage greater female participation and will also house the headquarters of the Guyana Football Federation. The GFF took the opportunity to thank its stakeholders for their support throughout the process and also noted that all stakeholders will be continuously updated relative to the progress of the construction. For the HGP Sports, Colwyn Abrams.
Thank you, Colwyn. We now turn our attention to cricket. An explosive opening stand of 77 from just 6.3 overs between Chris Gayle and Evan Lewis set the game up for the Windies to win the lone T20 match in Durham on Saturday. England won the toss and sent the World T20 champions into bat. Chris Gayle and Evan Lewis, who opened the batting for the men in maroon, set out to prove a point to demonstrate why the West Indies are world champions. Evan Lewis and Chris Gayle blasted 72 runs in the power play with 7 sixes and 9 fours before Chris Gayle was run out for 40 runs. Evan Lewis continued his hitting with West Indies in a strong stand of 100 runs in 9.1 overs. The West Indies scored 100 runs in the 10th over and managed 76 runs in the final 10 overs with 9 wickets in hand. Evan Lewis was caught by Joe Root, bowled by Plunkett for 51 in the 11th over, leaving the West Indies on 106 for 2. Marlon Samuels, Chadwick Walton, Kieran Pollard, with little cameos of 13, 10 and 6 respectively, saw the visitors drifting towards 176 while losing 9 wickets in the process. Rovan Powell's knock of 28 runs and Ashley Nurse's 30 not out carried the West Indies home. When England began their chase, Jason Roy was caught by Evan Lewis off Jerome Taylor's first ball of England innings. England keep losing wickets at regular intervals when Alex Hales was bowled by captain Carlos Brathwaite for a well-made 43. They were bowled out for 155 in 19.3 overs, thereby giving the West Indies a 21-run victory. The English wickets were shared by Keswick Williams and Carlos Brathwaite with 3 wickets apiece, 2 for Sunil Narine and 1 each for Ashley Nurse and Jerome Taylor. Man of the match was Sunil Narine, who bowled 4 overs for 15 runs for his 2 wickets. Round 3 of the Guyana Cricket Board Jaguars 3-day league began last Friday. 8 teams continue the battle for the top of the leaderboard before the end of the weekend.
At Everest, East Bank took on Essequibo. Essequibo won the toss and batted first. In the Essequibo first innings, Kevon Budi 16 off 30 balls, Kamal Savory 136 off 95 balls, and Mark Williams 43 off 94 balls. Bowling for East Bank were Sharfane Rutherford 2 off 43, Darshan Prasad 3 for 47, and Totaram Bisham 3 for 73. Essequibo were 280 all out in 97.1 overs. At Tushin, West Demerara battled West Berbice. West Demerara first innings, Ashakia Prasad 42, Tevin Imlach 39, West Demerara ended 1-10. Bowling for West Berbice was Goodish Moti 6 for 17, Artley Bailey 46, and Avishkar Sikaran 32. Bowling for West Demerara's Keshram Sohidan 4 for 37, and Romario Shepard 3 for 29. West Berbice ended 106. West Demerara second innings, West Demerara 57 for 0 at close of play. At Lusignan, East Coast played Georgetown. Georgetown won the toss and chose to bat. In their first innings, Robin Bacchus 36 off 36 balls, Raymond Perez 22 off 73 balls, Christopher Barnwell 44 off 62 balls, Paul Wintz 34 off 74 balls, and Stephen Sankar 21 off 28 balls. Bowling for the East Coast was Kumar Bushindia 4 for 60, Randolph Singh 2 for 30, Bhaskar Yadram 1 for 23, and Coriel Mars 1 for 39. Georgetown were 192 all out in 76.2 overs. In the East Coast first innings, Rajendra Chandrika 45 off 88 balls, Brian Satar 12 off 28 balls, and Chandrapal Hemraj 35 off 38 balls. Bowling for Georgetown were Gajnan Suknana 1 for 27, Kellon Carmichael 1 for 16, Devon Lord 1 for 3, and Stephen Sankar 1 for 1. The East Coast ended 102 for 4 off 29 overs. Lower Currentine went up against Upper Currentine at Albion. Upper Currentine won the toss and batted first. In the Upper Currentine's first innings, Adrian Sukwa 15 off 37 balls, Balchan Baldio 25 off 24 balls, Rajiv Ian 12 off 16 balls, Kevin Sinclair 18 off 66 balls, and Anthony Bramble 34 off 26 balls. Bowling for Lower Currentine were Sami Permal 6 for 49 and Kizam Khan 4 for 37. Upper Currentine were all out 130 off 39.1 overs. In Lower Currentine first innings, Jason Sinclair 21 off 33 balls, Kevlon Anderson 25 off 57 balls, Jonathan Fu 24 off 55 balls, Wahid Edwards 74, and Sean Hettimeyer 0. Lower Currentine ended 166 for 3 off 66 overs. For the HGP Sports, Colin Abrams.
That's all we have for this edition of the HGP Sportscast. Back to you, Travis.